going on, everybody? I'm back again with another vlog, and today I am in Kew Gardens and I'm gonna try to make my way to Lefferts Boulevard, make a left and just walk the avenue as far as I can. I'll try to make it to Richmond Hill, but I'm gonna see what can I find in the neighborhood. So far I like what I see around here. Beautiful architecture, you know, it's like a different world. Residential area. This is like the end far deep in Queens, Kew Gardens Road and 80th Road. So like I said, I'm gonna walk forward and see what can I find, see how the neighborhood changes. So I'm gonna take you guys with me, so join me. So far, this is a really beautiful area, really residential. You can see the trees over here, the apartments, the beautiful houses. And this neighborhood reminds me a lot of Forrest Hills, which is not far from here. It's probably over that way, but this is a little bit deeper. Like if you keep walking, it gives you a feel like if you're in the suburbs or something like that. So you see like the mixture of buildings and everything. Let me make a detour over here to show you what's going on over here. So you can see ahead of me, beautiful houses like this, you know. Pretty residential. I like this house here to my left side. I think it's pretty beautiful and really peaceful and quiet. And it's crazy that it's right next to the subway station and right next to Queens Boulevard, which I made a video over there like 2 weeks ago, and you saw how crazy it was, how busy it was. But then here's like pretty much a different vibe, you know. You just gotta love it here. The sidewalks, the houses. And this is Kew Gardens Road. I think a couple of more blocks is the road that I want to make a right side, you know, to see what's going on, because I've never been in that side. I've never been in this area either. So you see some tall residential buildings, then beautiful streets like this, pretty residential. Like it makes you feel like you're in Long Island, Jersey, or Staten Island. And there's a lot of vegetation over here, a lot of trees. It even smells good too. Like I can smell the nature, the trees, I hear the birds, everything, you know. So yeah, I'm loving it so far. Then here I just made it to Lefferts Boulevard, which is the beginning of my destination. It goes all the way down deep south in Queens by the waterfront. But then one thing when I was studying like this street, I noticed that there's some really nice architecture in the beginning of the street, and then when you keep going deep further, it starts changing to another world. But you can see it over here, like buildings like this. It feels like you're in, I don't know, in the Netherlands, Europe. It's surprised to see there's nobody else walking around here. Probably a couple of people, but yeah. And beautiful houses like this. I think when I go a little deep over there and I make a curve, that's where it's gonna be pretty interesting. Like the little mini boutique shops and stuff with the architecture. But yeah, I tell you, it really feels like you're in a suburb or in a town or Westchester County. Look at this, it even has this fountain. Yeah, really beautiful. Even the entrance over here. Buildings, not sure if this is all like apartment complex. And they got more over this side. And I think they got the Long Island Railroad train station over here too. So for Kew Gardens, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. The street is pretty nice, and I made a little detour over here to show you the train station that passes right over here. And you could go to Long Island, the squirrel right there, or you could go all the way to Manhattan. So I think it's pretty interesting, the vibe over here and the architecture. Yeah, like I like the Victorian style of the building. Look at the, yeah, it's like a I know people look at me strange like, what am I doing? But hey, the architecture here is really beautiful. That's what I gotta say. And you can see how the street goes through the hills, the buildings. You can see like the vibe of a small town. And then that's where I was coming from, a 360 view. Lefferts Boulevard. Yeah, this is what I wanted to explore right here. Like, look at this building here. It looks like a German building, but the bus is actually blocking my way. But look, this one here is gonna be interesting. Like I like this one here, like the buildings in the back with the shops in the beginning, Dunkin' Donuts, a pharmacy. You know, it gives you like a feel of a small town vibe. But believe it or not, this is New York City. This building is worth for a picture, you know. And like I say, I like the vegetation, like the beautiful houses with the trees and everything going on over here. Yeah, look at that. As it goes up the hill, and then you get like nice residential houses. Like I said, there's so much to explore in New York City, you know. Especially boroughs like Queens. Queens is the biggest borough in New York City. Probably one of my favorites. Like I said it many times, you know. I don't know, just because of diversity, not only in the people, but like the land, you know, the type of neighborhoods you're gonna get over here, you know. Like I can tell this area is pretty diverse too. I see, you know, all kinds of people. Kew Gardens, yeah. These are Kew Gardens, I guess like a patriotic or something like that for, yeah, young kids. And you got a street, residential street, but the trees are blocking. And then ahead of me, you can still see how the buildings keep going with the Victorian architecture. Really beautiful. Look at this one next to me. Yeah, this is pretty nice right here. Underrated, like I never knew about this place. And then the streets in the residential area, you know, pretty nice. Even got benches here you can sit, but it's really hot today, like 90 degrees. So I gotta say, it feels really pleasant to walk around here by really, you know, nice residential area. Really beautiful houses and stuff. It's crazy, you know, I heard a lot about Lefferts Boulevard, but I always hear where Liberty Avenue is by South Richmond and South Olson Park. But look at this over here, just beautiful. All houses, you know, a lot of apartment complex, working class people, you know. There's also like a bus stop, a lot of bus stops. I saw like a lot of buses passing by. So like I say, the subway train is a little bit far from here. Long Island Railroad, I'm crossing the street, it's a little bit far from here, but it got buses that pass by. So I guess it kind of makes it a little convenient for people who live around here in this neighborhood. So I think it's really nice. Here comes in the sample that I'm saying. There goes the bus. That one's not in service, but yeah, you can still see the beautiful apartment complex over here. Church, Resurrection, more over this side. Yeah, like you really think to yourself like, hey, this is New York City. This is more apartments over here. And the good thing, they got like their own parking. You know, it's really hard to find out like a parking in a lot of neighborhoods in New York, but this one, it looks like it's not really like a big deal. Yeah, look at this collections of buildings over here, it's so beautiful. This one too is nice, you know. So yeah, this street so far, really beautiful street in Queens. Residential, a lot of beautiful houses. Like I could spend a whole day exploring the neighborhood. So here's another main avenue, Hillside Avenue. And I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's like the subway line that goes through Jamaica Avenue ahead of me. The J train, the Z train. Not 100% sure, but I think it is. It's like a lot of connections going on, you know. Then they even got like a little shopping center over here. So I think like after I pass that subway stop over there, the neighborhood starts changing and it looks like a little bit different. So this is where the neighborhood changes. This is actually Jamaica Avenue. Really big avenue, it goes all the way to Jamaica, Queens. The J train passes over here, the Z train too. You can see a lot of shops and stuff. I think there's a lot of like Indian residents in this section over here. You can see how the neighborhood changes quickly, like the design of the buildings and stuff. Yeah. Also, there's a lot of people from the West Indies, like Indo-Guyanese, Indo-Trinis, but that's more if I keep walking deep south to South Olson Park and Richmond Hill. I've never been in that area, but I know it's like really deep far in the Queens, so we'll see. This is still Lefferts Boulevard, and as soon as I pass Jamaica Avenue, you can see how different the neighborhood is from where I started. Like the houses starts to change a little bit, you know. Still residential, you know, still pretty interesting to see. But yeah, it's more like a local vibe, you know. I started like in a wealthier area, and then I end up over this part. I still like it too, you know. Still got like its own houses and stuff, pretty much all together, you know. But I know Queens is probably the most residential borough in New York City, if I'm not mistaken. But it's good to see how everything changes block by block. A lot of places in New York City you don't need a car, but I think around probably this area it might be even better if you have a car, because public transportation is not like in other parts of New York City. Ahead of me is Atlantic Avenue, and you know it goes all the way to downtown Brooklyn, so it's a big avenue. I don't think I'll ever walk the whole avenue of Atlantic Avenue. Then there's a Royal Indian Palace. I'm not sure if it's like a buffet, but I know there's a lot of Indian restaurants here. I can smell the aroma of the food. You guys know that Indian food is one of my favorites. But yeah, such a different vibe here, even gas stations and everything. I love it so far. I noticed also, not sure if they're Punjabis or Sikhs, but I noticed a lot of them walking around here. Gives it like a little vibe of Jackson Heights, but I know in this area a lot of them live around here. And here also you get like a beautiful house. So you can see it's all residential, just houses and houses. It keeps going ahead, you know, a really, really long street. I think the street is much better to tour, like if you go in a bicycle or an e-scooter. So yeah, but so far, not a bad area, you know. So I'm pretty much now entering South Richmond Hill. Never been in this neighborhood, but I heard a lot of things about it. I know it's deep down in Queens. Then a couple of blocks down should be Liberty Avenue, which is like the main street of the area between South Olsen Park and South Richmond Hill, with a lot of stores, especially West Indian, Guyanese, Trini, a lot of restaurants and stuff. So I might make it there and then see what's happening around and wrap up the vlog. So little by little I'm starting to get really close to the main avenue, Liberty Avenue, and I can start seeing how it gets a little busy over there, like the mixture of people. Resembles a bit of Jackson Heights. But let's see, this is like my really first time walking around here. So I don't even know which side should I go, which one, right or left. But let's see what's going on around the neighborhood. So a lot of cool things going on. I see a couple of Guyanese restaurants, because this is also known like Little Guyana. Beauty salon, you know, a lot of cool stuff. This is pretty cool, a market over here. Yeah, fresh fruits, vegetables. There's all the type of neighborhoods I like exploring. Gotta say, I love the neighborhood and like the colors, like the nice design, you know, Indian clothes, sari dresses, you know, it was pretty nice. Like there's a woman ahead of me, you know, dressed up with a sari. And I think this is really famous here, Little Guyana, like a Guyanese restaurant. Yeah, this restaurant here is pretty famous, Little Guyana. So this is pretty much South Olsen Park and Little Guyana. Yeah, I think it's a good, like a bake shop, and there's still a little bit of everything over there. More dresses over here you can get. Yeah, I love it so far, it's nice. Always been wanting to come to this neighborhood, but I never made it happen. Maybe it was too far for me, but now I feel really excited to be here and check it out. Yeah, it's really, really like a local vibe, you know. Has a little bit of Jackson Heights feel, but with less crowd. It's not as crowded as Jackson Heights. It's like you get a little bit of everything here. All types of shops, all types of restaurants, you know, mixture of people, diversity. And it represents pretty well Queens and New York City. And then the A train subway line goes all the way here. So there's two subway lines, you know, of A train. One goes to the Rockaways, and then the other one goes to Lefferts Boulevard. So if you want to come here, you got to take the A train to Lefferts Boulevard, get off, and then just walk around here. Then you got like a dollar shops there ahead of me. Yeah, here, look at all the colors, so beautiful. That's really nice, really beautiful. And then you're gonna see a lot of this, like in especially Indian neighborhoods, like Bazaar supermarkets across the street. Apna Bazaar. So I believe they sell, you know, ingredients, vegetables, and everything. I'll probably walk a little bit more and then I turn back to see what's going on the other side. So now I'm gonna walk in the other way to see what's going on over that side where the subway ends. I'm pretty sure it's a local vibe and pretty cool neighborhood, so we'll see. So there's no subway line, you know, it stops. But here it looks like it gets a little bit more interesting. More shops. You know, they got songs from the West Indies. I think this is what they do with that, seeing outdoors. You know, gives you like that local vibe. That Cerie, all the dresses, everything here, dollar store. So you pretty much just can get everything here without having to get out of the neighborhood. So yeah, here it looks like it's more busy than the other side where the subway train passes by. But yeah, pretty cool. We got another food market. You see a lot of them around this neighborhood. And a lot of shops. So that was the end of my video, walking Lefferts Boulevard all the way here to Little Guyana by Liberty Avenue. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all and peace.